Cord leadership has been on the forefront, pushing for a referendum to effect the First Amendment on the Constitution, enacted in 2010, the referendum seeking to replace the presidential system of government with a parliamentary structure of administration, which Odinga termed more democratic. A matter he extensively spoke on when he addressed the learned friends during the Law Society of Kenya Annual Congress in Kwale County.
It has been accepted that a parliamentary system is actually more accountable than a pure presidential system. That's the reason why the most democracies are parliamentary.
However, intense political and legal intrigues have prompted the former premier and his allies in the opposition team to retreat. Sources indicate that a crisis meeting with the Cord technical team that ran late into the evening yesterday in Mombasa County had prompted Odinga and Musyoka to postpone the push for a change in the system of government. The opposition chiefs were advised by the technocrats that a defeat was imminent after the Council of Governors and the senators disowned them, amid claims that they were hijacking a proposed referendum to amend the constitution to increase the amount of resources allocated to the county governments from 15% to 45% of the national revenue.
Let us deal with these ones that affect and that bring ugali, mboga, maziwa, dawa, maji kwa meza nyumbani as the first referendum. That would really belong to Wanjiru. I have never been for presidential system of government, but I'll be persuading if Cord could allow that we first deal with these three, and then later on we can address that one.
At the moment, I agree with Isaac. Yes. We focus on the issue of devolution.
In order not to allow the negative forces, the forces of status quo, to get the perfect excuse to derail devolution, this conversation around the system of the executive, the system of government, whether presidential or parliamentary, I think can wait for another day.
The Jubilee administration had taken on the opposition leaders and dismissed as deceitful and premature their push for a total overhaul of the system of government through a constitutional amendment.
Uchaguzi umeisha, hata bado watu hawajapoa, hawajapumua, hawajatulia, umeanzisha siasa tena ati sijui unataka referendum. Kwani ulikuwa wapi wakati tulikuwa tunapitisha katiba? Yeah?
If they had won the election, would they be pushing for a referendum to change the constitution? Would they? And I really want them to look at Kenyans in the face and answer that question.
No. We accepted the results of the elections. We said we even went to, first when we disputed, we went to the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court made its ruling, we said we respect it, although we don't agree with it.
The Cord leaders have, however, thrown their weight behind the governors in their push for an amendment on the constitution to compel the national government allocate more resources to the county governments and to give the Senate more powers as the protector of devolution.
There are clear signs on the wall. You starve them of the cash, kill the Senate, call the governors names. They are even accusing us of having spent lavishly. We have bought several cars, even before they give us a single cent. Or are we behaving in a manner likely to suggest we will buy very many cars?
We are seeing exactly the repeat of what happened in 1964.
And even after the change of heart by the Cord leaders, senators allied to the Jubilee coalition have pulled out of the clamor for amendments to the constitution on any matter.
It is unfortunate that the referendum matter, which was initially a noble idea to strengthen devolution, has been hijacked by parochial, partisan, and divisive interests that are not in the national good.
Francis Gachuri, Citizen Weekend, Kwale County.